Did you snag your tickets yet for Launchpreneur Academy Live? If not, the final day to grab yours is November 7th at midnight. After that, no more tickets. No buying ticks at the door or last-minute DMs asking Brian to do you a favor. The event, as you know, is Saturday, November 12th in Novae, Michigan. Your job is to pause the podcast right now. Head on over to launchpreneuracademy.com and secure your seats. Again, no more ticket sales after November 7th. Now, on with the show.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no-nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. All right, guys, so we are actually doing this podcast real time in the Sure-Trac studios, we're going to call it here today, at the Kelley and Sons local dealer. A lot of you guys know Kelley and Sons and Sue and Tim, and they have been instrumental in my lawn care business growth. So they invited me over. They said, hey, we're coming up to LEL. I actually have to come over here to pick up the catalogs for the swag bags. And I said, hey, while I'm there, do you guys want to do a podcast? And they said, no, I think is what the, I think the original, we were like, no, not really. We're kind of nervous, but I said, it's fine. We don't bite. The audience doesn't bite. You guys will be just fine. So we're actually here at a table inside their beautiful new showroom from about a year and a half ago. Things are going great. Let's go a little round robin around the table. Sue, I'm going to you first. You want to say hey to the audience?
Hello, audience.
Hi, audience. You give us a 30-second background, who you are, the business, everything you guys got going on. I'm sure Tim can fill in the more correct answers after that, right, Tim? That's how it works?
What do you mean?
Or is that vice versa?
I'm her assistant.
There you go.
Let's get it straight.
There you go. Glorified assistant. I get it.
I love it. Well, this is Kelley and Sons Trailers. We've been selling trailers since 1992, so 30 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Gosh.
And we've been at this location for most of it.
Wow.
We've got 8 acres on Telegraph Road in Carleton.
Yeah.
Plenty of trailers in stock. We sell open and closed, landscape, utility, everything and anything. And
business has been good.
And business has been good.
Been a good run.
You got it. Yeah.
All right. Tim, what do you got, brother?
It's still running. We're not ready to leave yet. The boys are anxious for us to get out the front door to take over, but
Sure.
We're really enjoying ourselves still after 30 years, and why leave?
Yeah. It's been a good business. How did you get started really quick, Tim?
We started, we always snowmobiled as a family,
Yep.
right? So I got my one neighbor into it, and we're out in my garage in Trenton there, and I'm rebuilding one of his snow trailers, showing him how to pack bearings, do lighting, paint it, yada, 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 drinking beer. And I come into the side door because Sue and I always wanted to do something extra. So I said, well, let's how about getting a couple more beers for me and Jay? And then I said, I know what we're going to do. We're going to sell trailers. And she says, are you drunk?
This is your wife's like this, Sue?
Yeah.
You saying that?
Yeah. I says, no, yeah, but we will be before the end of the
What do I know
night.
about trailers?
So realistically, I thought I'm going to run with this. Talking about running with things.
Sure.
And I did a ad in the Detroit News 2 Sundays in a row, just a little ad liner. 2 and snowmobile trailers for sale, 2, 3, and 4 place.
Okay.
With our home phone number.
Just out of your home.
Mm-hmm.
And the phone rang off the freaking hook.
Whoa.
And so I told Sue the following one, I said, I got to find some trailers.
Yeah.
And so I started the pursuit to find snowmobile trailers, right? And that's how it all got started.
And it all started in the backyard.
Yeah, and we were like, man, if we can just sell like one a month, that'd be awesome.
Heck yeah. Were you thinking business, or were you just thinking extra income, or just whatever?
At
Both.
the beginning, extra income.
Yeah.
And then because we saw so much need for it,
Yeah.
then we just started doing it as a business. But we had trailers in the backyard.
Yeah.
Kids would jump from trailer to trailer, play trailer tag.
Right.
And so it was like we had
That's a
too
cool
much
playground.
We had
Yeah,
a great
it
neighborhood
was.
though that allowed us to do it.
Yeah.
But then we realized we need to get some property.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that today. All the HOAs would run you out. It's a different time.
Well, we had great, older neighbors, if you will, and I always did the snow. The boy would always help with the snow and what have you, cutting grass. So they loved us, and
Yeah.
So I kind of could get away with whatever we wanted to get away with. Type thing.
I get it. I'm building a pole barn, and the guys will be in and out, and everybody that has one tells me, hey, hey, make sure you mow the neighbor's lawn when they want it, or if they go out of town, like take care of the neighbors, plow their driveway.
Yep.
I'm like, that's goodwill, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awesome. And then, so we got Mr. Shaun Davis over here. What's up, brother?
Hey, Brian, how you doing today?
It's we got VIP in the house, Sue. I didn't know we'd be honored with such
It's
a distinguished
Shaun.
guest, you know? He's
Something
blushing.
like that.
He's blushing, folks. When he's from Indiana, it's hard to do. So
Yes.
what's your story, brother? How do you fit into the whole Sure-Trac scheme over here?
Yeah, so I've been with Sure-Trac 15 years now.
Okay.
I started as a sales rep, territory rep, which I actually started in Michigan with Kelley and Sons. They were actually a dealer of ours before I started.
Yep.
And I did that for 8-9 years before kind of evolving into the marketing side.
Okay.
At that time, we had no marketing. We had a handful of people that did what would need to be done.
Sure.
So I kind of evolved into that, and now oversee the brand management for Sure-Trac, and then I help with some of the other brands under the Novae family as well.
So did you originally grow up in Michigan, or are you from Indiana?
I'm from the South Bend area.
Oh, okay.
My roots are from central Pennsylvania.
Oh,
so
wow, okay.
My dad, business opportunity, moved to Indiana when I was 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
Grew up in the South Bend area. Met my wife at college and that, but she's from the Fort Wayne area, which is 20 minutes from where Sure-Trac Novae headquarters is at, and I was actually working for an axle supplier.
Yeah.
At that time, and Novae or Sure-Trac was a customer of mine that I was servicing. So as they expanded, they said, "Hey, would you be interested in
Coming on board.
hearing what we have to say?" And I was like, "Well, my wife wanted to move back to her town, so." She said yes right away.
Wow.
She was all on it. I had to evaluate that, but
Yeah.
So no, I took that opportunity, and 15 years later, it's been a wild ride.
Wow.
As part of that organization.
That's crazy. Well, there's here's the deal. We're gonna go into a little bit more about Sure-Trac, a little bit more about Kelley and Sons. I'm super excited about doing this podcast. This is way overdue, by the way. We should have did this 2 years ago when we started the show. Because when we come back from hearing from today's show sponsors and announcements, I'm gonna hear or share really quick how I got to know Sue and Tim, because I think that's a fun story for me personally. Because I've been with you guys. Golly, I should have fact checked this before we hit record, but 2006, 7, 8?
It's been a while.
10?
Yeah,
Something like that?
2006.
That little tube top.
I know, right? It's been a minute.
5x10, wasn't it?
My first one was a 6x12.
6x12.
Because that was big time, Tim. I was big time.
Big time. I remember sitting at a table at the MGIA show
When I
with
showed
you.
up?
and
Okay.
after talking, showing, and then sitting at a table with
Yeah.
you and writing up that order.
Okay, here, hold the story, because we're going to come back to you and, after the announcements. I want to hear the story from your perspective. I'll share my perspective, because we've all been together doing this for 15 plus years. It's wild. So let's do this really quick. We're going to hear from today's show sponsors and announcements. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come right on back.
Ready to charge up your business and take it to the next level? Well, plug in and join us for Launchpreneur Academy Live 2022. Don't miss this electrifying opportunity to hear from our top industry professionals. Get powered up in this high-energy atmosphere, learning trade industry knowledge and ways to level up your thinking. This high-energy teaching and networking event is full of motivational information, giveaways, and trade industry secrets. Take charge and register now for the industry's largest training event of the year, Launchpreneur Academy Live 2022.
All around, it's just a great experience. I didn't realize how important that LAL is.
You get more than you spend at for a 4-year degree.
Man, I can't wait. This has been a great event, and I will definitely be back next year.
Take charge and register now.
Entrepreneur Academy Live is Saturday, November 12th in Novae, Michigan.
And we're going to get a little bit more detail. I want to help you guys grow larger companies, more crews, more profitable businesses, a little bit more X's and O's.
And the link to register is in the podcast description.
All right, guys, we are back. We are rocking and rolling. Tim was making fun of my mixer. He's like, look at this thing. It looks like a spaceship with all the lights and everything like that. I said, Tim, it's technology, brother. You got an iPhone, right? What are you using, iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I got a Mini 13.
For you, that's like a Palm Pilot,
Oh,
man. Tim's got these big bare hands. He's got the meatball sausage fingers, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is somebody's been wrenching on something for 20, 30 years, Sean. You know?
That's right.
That's funny. I got little girl hands. Everybody says I don't work anyway. So, but anyway, all right. So let's go back to the story. Circa, we don't know, Sue, 2006.
I'm thinking 2006, 2007.
I'm sure you got a paper trail, because I think it was,
Actually,
we do.
I should have pulled it out.
I know,
because
right?
I did just find something yesterday.
Oh my gosh, my little
but-
chicken scratch signature.
Oh, really? really, it was kind of neat. It was just a little card for me to be able to follow up on you.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Okay. Like a little customer card from the show.
Exactly, from the show.
Yeah.
But it was also where you were talking, I might be buying an enclosed one soon.
Yes.
So back in 2006, 2007, you came to us at the MGIA show, which is a great show to go to. And I remember showing you the trailers that we have because we've been going to that show, for
forever, almost
25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Stevie, oops.
No, you can swear on the podcast. It's unfiltered. It's called Fullerton Unfiltered.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So whatever you want.
Stevie actually even came with us one time. I think he was like at 5th grade or something.
Wow.
And a guy actually even asked him, would you write up this sale? And oh my gosh, he thought it was like the coolest
thing ever.
And then he said afterward, I'm ready to go home. I'm tired.
Oh my
it was just
God.
such
That's one, you
an
know.
experience. Yeah. But I do remember talking with you, showing you the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
And you telling us what exactly that you needed. And that's kind of like what we like to do. You tell us what you need.
Yep.
And we like to educate the customer and stuff. And so we talked about everything. And you came in the booth a couple of different times.
Yeah.
And then finally we just went over to one of the tables and sat down, wrote up the order. And
did I order it there?
You ordered it at the show.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't even remember, honestly. It was like I have a pretty good memory, but I was probably in shock and awe because I'm like, I think the trailer was $2,500. I don't even know.
It was something like that.
But
it wasn't. Yeah.
for me back in the day, that was a lot of money. I mean, it's still a lot of money today. Let's be humble. But at like the same point, I was like $2,500 because I had just came from the 5x8. That may be where you got that, Tim.
Yeah,
I came from the 5x8 trailer from Tractor Supply, right, which was $1,000, and I was like $1,000 to $2,500. This is crazy. What's the difference? Because I didn't. I was 19. I didn't know. We didn't have social media. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have review videos. I mean, at best, it was catalogs. And I remember taking some literature home. And but you had told me on the quality of the brand. You're like, this trailer will last for 5 to 10 years, whatever you need, if not longer. I remember actually using it for about 3 or 4 years, and then I sold it for $1,000. So. I mean, like the cost per use is like $1, a year. It's pretty good.
Bottom line, when you buy something better, and then when you keep on growing the business, you've got better resale on that trailer.
100%.
And that's exactly what happened for you because as you've been growing and needing bigger things and stuff, whatever, so it's worked out for you.
And you guys got a good customer for life from that show. I mean, you guys do a couple different shows. Are some more successful than others? Because you guys you do the SnowMobile show, right? Or are you guys still involved with that?
We haven't done that for the last couple of years because that's just.
The market's kind of
totally
changed.
different.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
Yeah, but we did it forever.
Yeah. The SnowMobile show is huge up here in Michigan. I tell people like how big of a show it is, and they're like, "We don't get it." And I'm like, "I know, it's Michigan and snowmobiling. Like, is that huge in Indiana, Shaun, or no?"
As a kid, we snowmobiled. My parents had them, but it seemed like. I don't know. I feel like as a kid, and maybe it's just kid memory, but we had more snow. So like we could just snowmobile.
Right.
And my dad's office was just south of in Granger, Indiana, which is just south of the Michigan border. So we would take them there and then ride up, and you catch the trail system. And it just seemed like we could do it all the time. And then as I'm older, it's like, man, and then the trail systems down there, if you're not out there within the first several hours, they're tore up bare. So we'd have to go up to northern Michigan to do real riding. So we're not in. I mean, we have some of our other brands that we recently acquired are in the snowmobile industry. Okay. And then one of our brands out west in Idaho, that's huge for them.
Yeah.
But
Mirage.
I'm not too. Yeah, Mirage. Yeah.
So
I'm not too into, but I do know, that snow show.
Yeah.
Some of our dealers are in that business and sell power sports, so that's a big show for them.
Yeah. Well, I guess here's the $1 million question, Tim. Is it you guys still selling snowmobile trailers like 25 years later, or what?
Actually, when we first started,
Ironically enough.
the snowmobile was the biggest part of our business.
Okay.
And now it's so minuscule.
It's very minuscule.
I mean,
That's
hardly
crazy.
1-2 a year.
Mm-hmm.
We might be able to sell more, but the problem with the sled trailer business is everybody wants to buy that really, really inexpensive, cheap trailer.
Okay, sure.
Okay. 30 years of doing this our success has been selling a good quality brand that works, that costs money. And the snowmobilers, they only got a few weekends a month.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing. And I know too much about the other brands, and I don't feel comfortable selling them.
That's fair.
Well, it always amuses me, though. These guys go out and spend, what's a new snowmobile? 25 grand?
I would say 10, 20.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm shopping, so let me know.
Or even the UTV business. Those guys go spend 20, 30 grand for a UTV, but then they want the cheapest trailer possible to pull it on. And I would imagine your industry.
I've said the same thing. You're pulling 2 zero turns that are 15 grand each. All your hand tools. You start adding the stuff up brand new, and of course 2022 prices. You're toting around $50,000, and then you're going to put it in a $4,000 enclosed trailer. That's wild to me. My go-to example, even more extreme, if you even zoom out a little bit, are my boat people, and they'll buy these $500,000, I don't even know what they are, cigarette boats, Nighthawk boats, whatever they're called. They got the Mercury whatever's on the back.
Four of them.
Oh my God, 4 or 6 of them, these things. And I'm learning boats. My friend Kyle Parks, a bunch of great people, they're boat people. Each one of these engines are $100,000 I'm coming to learn. And then, you know, so you got this $500,000 boat, Shaun, and they're pulling it on and I don't want to throw any brand under the bus, but you know what I'm saying? They're pulling on this like little trailer that's $4,000. And I'm like, dude, don't spend all your money on the boat. Leave some for the trailer. Yeah. You know, it's
and
wild.
They never service a boat trailer.
Never.
Boat owners never service it.
It's crazy. Okay, so but let's do this really quick. We'll shift gears because IBM got started making meat slicers. Okay, today they're in data management. Okay, so you guys got started with SnowMobile trailers. Talk to me about the product line today because it's totally different. I mean, I've seen it change over the last 15 years, and the stuff you guys are making, it's top notch. So, Sue, this one's going to you. What are you guys doing today?
So right now, I think landscape and construction trailers are the biggie for us.
Okay.
And we do a lot of commercial accounts, which is nice because we got a lot of commercial guys who come back for more and more.
Sure.
Which definitely shows that they like the product.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
And again, like talking even about your guy who spends all the money on the X marks and everything else to all the equipment sitting on that trailer. Sometimes people don't think the trailer is just as important as all the other stuff because if you're not getting to your account, you're not cutting grass.
That's right.
And so when they buy that economical trailer and it doesn't hold up, when you could just spend a little bit more. And that's the thing about us. We want to educate you. We're not going to get every first-time buyer.
Right.
But we're going to tell you why our trailers are built different.
Well, let's go into it. Why are they different? Shaun, is this you or Sue? Who's my premier salesperson? I guess that's Shaun.
Sue is probably. I mean,
Sue's my girl. Like she's the salesman of the world.
More, I mean, she's been doing this longer than I
know,
and knows more. And Tim, we're not going to argue, right? Sue knows more than us.
Okay,
it's not even an argument.
Well, it's funny.
I want dinner tonight.
I know. How long you guys been married, by the way? Like
37 years.
Okay, this man, there's a lot to wisdom. We're gonna have a marriage episode, just me and you. We'll talk about how you've been doing this for 37 years. I'm already getting the feelers. You can tell, Shaun. You know. So, but let me do this really quick. When I was at a show, I don't know if it was last year, or a couple years ago, a guy was talking to me. He's another lawn bro, and he said, "I'm shopping for trailers. I know you work with Kelley and Sons. I see him in the booth. Who should I go talk to over there? The owner guy, Tim." And I said, Tim's great, and I show love here to Tim. I said, Tim's awesome. I said, but the girl, Sue, the wife, I said, Sue knows the trailer. Like, you need to talk to Sue. He's like, for real? And you know, it's a male industry. So I was like, I'm telling you, you need to go talk to Sue. I talked to him a couple hours later, got a pretzel. We're hanging out a couple hours later. He goes, that lady knows more about trailers than any human being I've ever talked to in my life. Yes. And I said, Sue's the girl. Like, she's the one. So Sue, take it away. What do you got?
Well, I got to tell you, I got to give the shout out to Tim. He taught me everything. It's not like I woke up knowing anything about trailers.
That's nice.
So there's the shout out.
She's trying to get invited on that marriage podcast.
Wait, I want that new $4,000 couch we were talking about.
Oh my gosh.
No.
You guys
so I got to give him the shout out.
We'll bring you into our marriage conference. We have a marriage conference. Togetherinthetrades.com. Well, here's our speakers, right, Shaun?
Yes.
Here, one quick funny thing I always tell Liz. She goes, "You taught me everything I know." I'm like, "Yep, that's right." And she goes, and I go, "But not everything that I know." Right? She goes, "What?" And I'm just leaving that one there, you know. So got to keep them humble, right, Tim?
Yep.
That's right.
You know it.
Too funny. Okay, so the good shout out to Tim. But again, here's the big thing. Our business success is because we've partnered with good manufacturers.
Sure.
And it's not just purchasing from the manufacturer. It's really a partnership. We've been dealing with Sure-Trac for 17 years.
Wow.
And a lot of other dealerships will carry multiple brands. And they'll say, you know, this is just as good as this, as whatever. For us, we've learned just to do the brands of trailers that works for us.
Okay.
And I mean, we have a lot of different manufacturers coming in our door and saying, "Oh, I see you sell Sure-Trac." Well,
it's just like a Sure-Trac.
It's just like a Sure-Trac, but it's cheaper. Well, why though? You know,
Right.
so for us, we've learned over the years to partner with a good manufacturer. But again, the way they build these trailers, you know, it's not like they have an inexpensive one and then a better one. They just have good quality commercial grade trailers.
Sure.
And like the Landscape Pro, which I love selling those ones.
Yep.
But that's the enclosed trailer on steroids.
Yep.
And it's an excellent trailer, but you come in, we're going to tell you why it's an excellent trailer.
100%.
Then hopefully you make a decision and buy from us and go from there.
And we've had a handful of the Landscape Pros come in. You know, we're up here in Michigan, obviously. People don't know how to drive, so you guys are all cutting the grass, whatever. a car does not see a 20-foot red enclosed trailer.
I hear you.
And they hit the side of it, total the car out. Trailer comes into us for repair, and we end up replacing panels of skin and bottom trim because nothing happened to the frame.
Wow.
12-inch on center, 16 on the walls, all that good stuff. They're bulletproof, man.
Right.
And a lot of that for us just comes from experience too, and dealing with accounts and taking feedback and listening to what the needs are. I mean, and landscapers, let's be honest, those trailers are rode hard, right? You guys, landscapers are working hard. So how do you build a product that's going to sustain the day in and day out? And I don't want to say abuse. It's just they're built to be used. So
right.
How are they being used? And I'm not going to say we haven't had the failures along the way, but I think we just took a lot of that feedback and understood the consumer use and how that applies and make trailers that are going to work and last.
Well, what's the old one? And I'll butcher it, but if you sell something based on price, like you might have to explain quality. But if you sell something on quality, you shouldn't have to really explain price, whatever that whole old salesy one is from the 80s. Thanks, Brian Tracy. But like one of those. But it's the truth. And I like how you said, Sue, like there isn't like a good, better, best. This is just the best. Right. And you know what? My first price point to get my first little trailer, it was from Tractor Supply. I just wasn't there as a business owner. Sure. Or I love what you said too, like education wise. I just wasn't there. What's the difference? What is the difference between a I don't know, pick your car, a Honda Civic and a Cadillac Escalade? Like how different could it be, right? What do they say? It takes like 6 hours to make a Toyota and 6 months to make a Rolls Royce. Like what's the difference? How different could it be? Well, very, very different. I've been in Rolls Royces at the Detroit Auto Show. It's very, very different than a Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry. Okay, so that's where I would put you guys in that class of having the Cadillac, trailer out there. And now that my pay grade is quote unquote went up because my business has grown over the last 15 years, I am not making more money and then going to a different trailer brand. It's kind of reassuring to know that I can stick with my same people, my same dealer, the same quality customer service I've been getting, support my local business, family-owned business, and still get a great quality product. I mean, to me, that's the whole evolution of the whole thing.
And that's one thing, too, that sells itself, too, when they ask us, well, how long have you been selling Sure-Trac? And we tell them that, like, we haven't had anything else but them here.
Yeah.
And it's just great to have.
Yeah.
And they listen to suggestions. If we have a different idea, I always tease it. I'm their lowest paid consultant they have on the planet because I give them a lot of ideas.
I know how that goes.
But it's all good, and it all works, and bottom end, it's good for the customer.
We call that feedback, right? Or they call that chatter sometimes too, Shaun.
And we use what we sell. I mean,
there's a whole corporate terminology out there, you know. Let's take that offline. I'm glad you brought that up, which is code for stop bringing that up.
Let's deflect that one. I love it. I mean, that win-win partnership, right? I mean, that's got to go from us as it really starts with our suppliers,
sure,
and how we treat them and how they respond to us, and then us to the dealers and the dealers to the consumers. Our dealers are the front line to the consumer. So, Tim and Sue and other dealerships, we rely heavily on them and really how they portray our product,
right?
How they service their customers has an impact on us. So for us to partner with Kelley and Sons and other dealers, we've had a lot of dealers that we've had for 10, 15 years. Our attrition rate is really good.
Wow.
On that, I think that speaks volumes for what we do in the service and we're not perfect. We have issues, right? Things come up.
It's a man-made product. Things do come up, but
right. Yeah. So how do you respond to that? What is your response and standing behind it and just creating the value proposition that goes well beyond the trailer itself. And that's, I think, where Sue and Tim and their dealership
really shine.
They want to service, they're creating relationships, not just, hey, I don't want this guy to come in, purchase a trailer, never see him again. But,
right.
But then that firsthand. You've experienced it. And that's why 15 years later, you haven't gone anywhere.
Still coming back. And I still pay for my trailers. Everybody listening, you get paid a bunch of my... Trust me, I still buy a bunch of my stuff, okay? Like 95% of everything you guys see on the YouTube channel. You guys know, listen in. I still buy a bunch of it. I wish we got a bunch of stuff for free, but it's just not how it works. Now, when we do get free stuff, I'm public about it because I have to disclose that. And I would any which way. But that's the whole partnership thing. So, Shaun, really quick, I want to go back to you for a quick second. So there's two entities here, right? There's Kelley & Sons Trailers, 25 plus years. You guys have been great. Carleton, Michigan. Sure-Trac, the brand. And I want to just talk about Sure-Trac for a quick minute, because some of these guys listening in, let's talk about the other brands. There's Wells Cargo. There's like Liberty Trailers. There's Look Trailers. There's a lot of trailer brands out there. Yep. All different price points, all different quality levels, the whole deal. That's cool. What about Sure-Trac makes it different? Talk to me about like the company, how many people are working there. Give me just a 2-3 minute, not to sell these guys, but if they're going to be shopping for a Sure-Trac trailer, Sue and Tim were kind of talking about the differences of these guys versus maybe some of the other guys. But talk to me from the corporate side. What separates Sure-Trac? Why are you proud to work at Sure-Trac?
Like I said, 15 years later, I think for us, trailers is what we sell, but the company and what we stand for and represent is really me coming into it as new, relatively selling trailers. It took me a while to understand, look, I'm not trying to compete in trailer sales, because there's going to be there's a million manufacturers out there. Yeah. There's some that are cheaper. There's some that are more expensive. There's a bunch of little quirks. Everybody does things a little bit different.
Sure.
But we're going to sell the company and what we stand for and our mission, and build the relationships. And, that's been our strategy. But what makes us different? First of all, we got a great group of people. Our products couldn't be what they are if we didn't have the employees that were dedicated and putting in the quality work. And welders, man, I don't know. That's a trade that, you look at our weld quality, and that's something I would, Sue, you would probably say, pointing that out and looking at the beads, the welds that those guys are laying down, how smooth they are, the penetration. That's a key component to the structural integrity of the trailers.
Yep.
But then just the things, our guys, it seems silly, but they're all out there with files or almost like putty knives, making sure we're scraping off all the little weld berries and making it.
I got a point on that one. It's, again, not to do the big boast on Tim, but he taught me other things. And so he would talk to me about those beads on the welds.
Sure.
Okay. Do I talk about that when I talk to people? No. But when the welder guy who's looking at a trailer to buy it and goes, oh my God, look at those beads.
Yeah.
And look at the way that thing is built. Really?
Yeah.
And cleaning up all that little stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm talking to, who's going to be buying this trailer, but when it's that welder guy and they love the way that's built, it just gives me even more faith, trust, and confidence that Sure-Trac's doing it right.
Yeah, well, how can you have that conversation otherwise? Yeah, well, they wanted to meet a price point, so they cut some quality issues, and then the guy's going to go, you mean so this thing's going to fail in 2 years instead of 5? And you're like, yeah.
Maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, right. So,
I don't want to say that. But.
You guys all listening to the show, you guys know I'm huge on quality, charge a premium versus being the $20 chuck in the truck. Right, it's like we talk about ad nauseum on our podcast about that, and many guys in the industry. So you guys are right there with us with quality.
Yeah. Well, and you can look at a trailer, and if you look at the welds or even the initial paint, right, the things that you can look at and see that are obvious. What are the things that aren't obvious?
Right.
And you look at just the wiring and just some of the other fundamental things. What are you hiding? Especially on an enclosed trailer, you can hide everything on an enclosed trailer.
Right.
And that's why, again, when we talk like the Landscape Pro and the gusseting and just some of the reinforcements that you don't see, it's not just a box on wheels like everybody down the line, but it's structured to handle the job plus some.
I love it. How many people at Sure-Trac these days? Any employee count? It's got to be a couple hundred. Things have been blowing up like crazy.
Yeah. Well, and so Sure-Trac, we have 4 locations. When I started, I think we had 40 employees. 15 years ago, I think I want to say Sure-Trac somewhere up around 800 employees now.
Wow. So obviously you've done a lot for the company.
Yeah, really, I'm grateful for the job. Maybe they're more grateful for me. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
No,
Sean put that on as a review. You know what I mean? Like, what have you done here lately? What's your contribution? Well,
Yeah, there's a few of us that have been there a long time, and we say the company was built on our backs. But
that's cool. That's cool.
But no, and a lot of that's just the ownership group. And Sue, you guys know our team very well and the relationships that they've done, and they're smart. Our ownership group is smart and
cool.
Being privately held, we still have we get to have say in what we do, and obviously the organization as a whole. We're in 22 manufacturing facilities across the country now as Novae and the various brands that we have. So 15 years has been a wild ride as part of Novae, which is our ownership group. And, Yeah, I enjoy it. The marketing side of it, it's always changing.
I love it.
The dynamic of it. The sales side for 9 years and developing the relationships was a lot of fun and doing that. But being able to market the stuff, especially when it's nice.
Yeah,
and it's easy to market products that you actually can have some faith in and look at and take pride in it. So that makes it even more fun.
I love it. Well, we'll maybe give the last final words to Sue and Tim here. So. It's been a wild 15, 20, 25, 30 years almost, right?
30 years.
And we all know where that's shifting, Sue. So what's the future? First off, let's back up 18 months because you get this brand new facility. Okay.
Actually, it's been 3 years since we did this facility.
No way. Are you for real?
It's been 3 years already.
Gosh, it's such a blur.
But COVID, you got to take 2 years out of that.
Nobody remembers anything.
That doesn't count.
The last 24 months, everybody gets a pass.
Yeah. That's true.
Because you guys were buttoning this up right before then. Thank God you did.
Thank God.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it would have cost you another.
Don't even go there.
Dude, I don't even want to guess or speculate.
No.
But it's cool seeing you guys grow too. Like people are always like, Brian, you drive a nice truck. Aren't your customers going to be afraid that you're making too much money? No. My customers love seeing me succeed. They love seeing me make money. What are you talking about? All my stuff is on the internet. They literally can know what we make. It's kind of funny actually. And then so I see you guys building this brand new shop. You can go into the details here, and I'm like, dude, they're winning. These people are winning. I'm winning. We're winning together. Like, I'm so excited for you guys. So
Thank you.
3 years ago, you built this whole brand new shop. I'm sure it was 5 years in the making,
Oh my gosh. I think it was more than that. The old building we were in.
Here, talk about it. Go ahead.
Call that a building?
There's the old building right there.
Oh my God.
We worked out of a...
That's a fancy double wide trailer, Tim.
Yes,
that was
I
what
know.
it was. But you know what? It worked. It was a double wide mobile home.
Yeah.
It worked. I mean, we've got 8 acres here, so the product's outside. It's not like it has to be inside.
Right.
But it was falling apart. And Tim, again, I'm going to boast for him. He was very instrumental on figuring out what to do, how to do it, and what we wanted and stuff.
Sure.
And so, we only had to live in a little office trailer for 9 months. But it worked.
That's when I bought my other trailer. Yeah. My dump.
You came in.
Not my dump. That's when I bought my other trailer, the utility trailer. That's what it was.
You brought in your husky with you that day too.
That's right. My dog. Oh my gosh.
And
I think you probably peed everywhere too.
All right. So now you're going back on memory. You said earlier you had a really good memory. So when you and Liz came down here to pick up your Landscape Pro, your red.
Yep.
You were so geeked up, so fired up.
I was.
And what have you.
I was.
Liz was hungry. Where did you take her for lunch?
Ooh, that's a good question. Knowing me, because I'm mentally, a little slow sometimes, Shaun, I probably took it to Buffalo Wild Wings right after.
You said you were going to White Castles.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's all you could afford at the time or something.
That's funny right there. Because there's one off of, is it Michigan Ave? Or no, Ford Road.
Ford Road.
Yeah, because that's the only one around by us. Liz grew up in the hood, folks, and there's a little special place for White Castle in everybody's heart.
No doubt.
About once a year, to be honest with you, is about my fix. But yeah, it's probably White Castle.
Yeah.
Those chicken wings will get you, man. That's so funny. I'm going to tell Liz that story.
Heck yeah.
You know what she's going to say now? He brings back some White Castle? Like, no, we don't need any of that food near us. But it is good. It is good.
Do you
food.
allow that in your truck? I mean, you probably...
Oh, I don't care, dude. I'm that guy. We eat it in our Tesla. We had the Tesla for... it's a $100,000 car, and it's a super nice car. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not ungrateful, but it's a car. It's a truck. Like, life goes on. I'm not going to be that guy. If I get a Bentley one day, eat your French fries in it, okay? Like, who cares? But Liz was like, we're not eating in the Tesla. I go, that's going to last for about 30 seconds. Yeah. Because we probably went and got KFC after that.
Well, I was saying White Cat, the smell just permeates. So the interior will smell like that for months.
It's not an awful smell. I've smelled worse, Those French fries are pretty good. All these guys listen to the show, but in the morning, they're like, man, I know where I'm going for lunch. Some White Castle or a greasy burger. But
unsolicited plug for you, White Castle.
Yeah, checks in the mail, right? Free shout out.
for Brian's 10.
You guys can listen in. Like, these guys are family, okay? They get it. Sue follows on Instagram. We all follow each other. It's they've been with us for a while. It's pretty funny. So, okay, so the shop. Really not to cut you off because we got on food somehow, Tim.
Yeah.
Way to go. We got pizzas coming. So that's how men think. It's meal to meal. Sorry, Sue.
The important details.
Can't shake them.
That's okay.
So what's the shop today? This beautiful facility we're sitting in right now.
So the thing of it is we've expanded more, so we have more parts here.
Yeah.
But then we also do service. So that's a very big part. In fact, in the fall and winter, it's a very big part of it because we don't want to just make the sale.
Right.
We also want to tell you, come on back in, let us service that trailer. Because a lot of times guys don't take care of it.
Sure.
And, your trailer is going to sit for the winter. And all of a sudden you're going to want to put it back into service March, April.
Yep.
And then you find you've got an issue or something. So we want to do the service after the sale. And but so building's been working out great, more parts and everything.
Yeah. What size is the building? 50, 60-ish?
You know what? I really don't remember, to be honest with you. I think it's like 65 by 40.
Yeah, is that it?
Either way, it's not like we went that much bigger
we got
than
20,
what we had.
We had 20% bigger on the footprint. The township allowed us to do without it getting crazy architectural drawings.
It just works better now. Yeah. But the whole nice thing about it is the building is done.
Yeah.
And so you were saying something about when we're ready to move on. So we have 2 of our 3 boys working for us.
Yep.
And they're going to take over. You know, we're trying to teach them our ways.
Yep.
And one day, whenever we decide to retire, they'll be the future of it.
Yeah.
And we've got a great girl, Alyssa, working for us, and hopefully she'll be with the future of it.
Yep.
And then.
Well, then we'll see
8 grandkids in the works.
Is that right?
Maybe it'll be third generation of it.
Oh my gosh!
Then everybody asks us why our oldest won't work for us, and I said, "Well, he's an ER doc. He can't afford a pay cut."
He's like, "I'm out of here," right?
Yeah.
Well, the whole story will go full circle once you get your 30, 35, 40 years in, whatever you guys want to do. Nobody's pushing you out the door, but it'll go full circle, Shaun. We'll see them headed up north in their big red, F-350 pulling a snowmobile trailer.
That's right.
Got started with
the closing chapter. Back to that snowmobile trailer.
Actually,
is that crazy?
Actually, we bought, the boys and I, we got Sue, Grandma one last year, a new one.
Snowmobile?
Snowmobile to start riding again.
Whoa, what do you got, Sue? What do you got? Something cool?
I don't remember.
It's a 1200 4-stroke Skidoo, 2-seater, 2-up.
It's a 2-seater. So
whoa,
reverse. Got reverse.
It's got everything. Heated this air ride.
Holy cow!
It's pretty nice. But I got on it. The boys got me out in the trailer the other day because I had my hip and my knee done, right?
Yep.
And last year when we got it, I couldn't even sit on it. Side saddle because I couldn't get on it. So I got on it this year. So far, just sitting on it. I'm like, man, nothing hurts. This is cool. I said, I'm going to get back into it again, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
What brand is that?
It's a Skidoo.
Skidoo? Okay. Is that how you guys say it? Skidoo or Skidoo?
Skidoo.
Yeah, we call it Skidoo, whatever.
Yeah.
Some call it Skidoo, ski don'ts.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Polaris.
The whole rivalry.
Everybody picks on everybody, whatever brand you ride.
I've been a big Polaris guy. I got a 570 Sportsman quad. I'd love to get a Ranger, maybe like a Razor one day to take up north. Same trails that you guys are talking about for snow, they do for UTVs and ATVs. I'm in the market. I need to pick your brain. Like, you're my go-to source here. So,
well, I got a Ranger crew out there.
Yeah, I see
now,
that.
and then we got a Can-Am, and I'm kind of
biased.
I don't know which one that I like better.
Okay.
Really, not yet.
Well, once I have my pull, but my issue right now, my bottleneck is space. Praise the Lord, it's not necessarily financially because like the last couple of years we've been getting our business better and whatnot. But I told my girl, I want a snowmobile. She's like, you don't need no stupid snowmobile. I'm like, whoa. I said, like, those are fighting words. Like, I'm getting a snowmobile. I've always wanted a slingshot. Completely unnecessary toys. She's like, I'm like, I just want the toys. I've always wanted the toys. I'm like, I'm a big kid in a candy store. And my issue is space. So once I build the pole barn, she's like, I'm not buying you a stupid slingshot. I'm like, that'll be one of those, like, I buy it and then ask for forgiveness things, Because she's like, you do not need a slingshot. I'm like, I need a slingshot. And so, anyway, you guys come on up. We'll take the slingshot out.
It's not about needs. It's about wants.
There's a couple wants I want. I told Liz, I go, I'm not a materialistic person. I said, I just want a Hummer, a slingshot, a 4-wheel, a helicopter. She's like, not materialistic at all. I said, no. I like. She goes, you don't even hear yourself anymore. I go, that's probably fair, So, any which way. So you'll have a first gen business, hopefully pass it on to the second gen, maybe third gen one day. That'll be really cool. Where do you guys see the future for here? Are you guys buying any more land around here? I know there's a bunch of cornfields. Are you guys happy with the 8 acres or what are you thinking?
Yeah, the 8 acres I think is enough. We do outside storage, but we keep on kind of pushing that farther and farther out because we want to bring in more product.
Yeah.
So I think we're fine here.
Pretty happy there.
And
contentment is totally great. That's fine. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. We've got the plan. We started implementing the plan just before freaking COVID hit.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of stone brought in, got the yard rearranged because we were going to eliminate some more rows of storage.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, we can't get no trailers because nobody's working, no parts. So like, well, we better hold on to the storage for a while now.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. But that's the plan eventually is to get rid of that.
Have more
trailers.
Yeah, 100%. Big showroom floor, if you will.
Yep.
I love it.
Sounds good to me. I like that. More trailers. Let's get them coming.
Shaun, let's talk about Sure-Trac. Where's the future, man? It's been a crazy 15 years for you, 20, 30. How long's the Novae Sure-Trac brand been around, I guess, in general? Not to put Johnny on the spot, but 30, 40 years?
22 22-23. I mean, it started out of our owner Steve, out of his barn, really.
Wow.
We got started in the landscape business. He had a patent on the Pro Slide, the sulky stand
No
behind
way, that's him?
skid plates.
Whoa.
So,
those are popular, super popular with a lot of guys with walk behinds and not stand-ons, but walk behind units.
Yeah, so he patented that, got some contracts through, I think, like Husqvarna and some of those guys, and then built up some of those assets, and then they do the gridiron
the
products are a part of Novae as well, and so he started building that stuff out of the family's barn. Got the assets and then purchased the assets of Sure-Trac, I think in 2000, I believe.
That's crazy.
2019, 2000, 1999, 2000, right around that time frame. So
some of these old names like keep popping up. Like these are like pioneers of the industry, like Dane Skagg. Yep. He's like started 4 of the different mower brands that you guys know of out there. You would never know, like Skagg mowers, but he started with like this one other brand, built it up for 20, 30 years, sold it off, keeps starting up new companies. I don't even know if the dude's still alive. I don't even know. But if anybody knows Dane Skagg, tell him to shoot me an email. We'll get him on the show. Yeah. But you got these like, founding fathers of the green industry and trailer industry. But so the company's growing like crazy though for Sure-Trac.
Sure-Trac, the growth on Sure-Trac's good. Still regional, but each year we're expanding our territory further, and we're getting closer to taking Sure-Trac more national.
Talk about that for a quick second, because I got some guys saying, I love Sure-Trac, seen them all the time on your videos, all that other mess, but they're just not by me. So is it more like a Midwest brand, or where are we at right now with that?
Yeah, I mean, we're Midwest. We saturate the New England, down East Coast, Florida, getting a lot of traction down in that area. But you get out west, I mean, freight is a killer for most people.
So you guys are in Indiana.
Being in Indiana, trying to get a load of trailers and spend $6 to $10 grand on a load. You split that out by 12 to 15 trailers, and you tack that on to try to be competitive with all the regional manufacturers.
It's tough.
Texas, there's a lot of them in Texas. So at some point, price tag is going to, there's a
prohibitive
value that you're willing to pay, and at some point that point, pricing becomes a little too high for the value even to be there. So
that's fair.
But I think as we do gain more traction, people see the value in the product. The dealer's got to be able to sell it. So, I mean, Sue was saying earlier, knowing your product and understanding the value that comes in that product and how you sell that to the market, people will pay more for it.
That's true.
I mean, they just got to understand, okay, I see the value. It's going to last me 2-3 years longer. If I break that math out, it's well worth the extra $1,000 investment, or, locally here, it's not that. I don't think we're that dramatic off from the other brands, but if we were shipping and paying $1,000 more in freight,
right,
that gap becomes a little bit different. So, but Sure-Trac, we're working on some new products, hopefully coming out in the next couple months, more heavier duty type of stuff.
Cool.
So that's coming. Other than that, man, we're going to keep plugging away.
I love it. Love it.
Finding out ways to improve processes, continue to improve quality.
Cool.
And continue building a quality product.
Steady Eddie, man. Tim, you had a thought?
Yeah, just the thought for the guys who are, far away, different states or whatever. Call Mrs. Landscape Queen. Because she's going to tell you why you can't afford not to have us ship you one.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that being cocky or nothing. She'll let you know why that extra $1,000 for shipping is well worth it. Because one, maybe your dealer doesn't have it. Maybe there's no dealers around you of any brands,
which has happened,
and it does work. And we get them shipped all over. Matter of fact, last year we bought a doggone metal map of the United States because we were going to start plugging the states and which where we've sent trailers to and what have you. So it works.
That's cool.
Yeah, last year somebody came from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Wow.
To pick up a landscape pro.
Well, I know people have come from Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Texas. We've got a couple in Alaska. So we can make it happen.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Well, you guys are the place to get it. I've been coming back year after year after year to get stuff. One day I'm probably going to work with you on a dump trailer because I'm probably going to need that once in a while. Right now, I'm excited about getting my tractor this spring to use my utility. That's been more exclusively for my four-wheeler. But Tim, talking about the Ranger you got out back here, once I get a Ranger and the four-wheeler, then I'm going to be painting the town up north. I can't. That was the idea of the utility trailer, so I can't wait to take the work hard and the play hard. The tractor for the mulch jobs and the landscaping, the ATV and the four-wheeler, you know what I mean, for the going up north and trail ride with some buddies.
Yep.
And it's going to be wild, man. It's just never a dull moment, Shaun.
Yeah. And you say that work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we talk about with our products is they're built for work and play.
Yeah.
And your play time is really just as important to you as your work time.
100%.
So having that quality product that's going to get you up north to ride the trails or do what you got to do or get your mowers or excavator to the job site. So that's our motto. I mean, that's what we try to ingrain in our guys. We don't just build a trailer.
Yeah.
You know, we're building an opportunity you got 15-year history with Sure-Trac, right?
Yeah,
so, you know, producing product, that's what we're in it for.
Yeah.
You know, and the products, the Sure-Trac and other trailers in general, but really provide an opportunity for people to live the American dream and to live that out. And for us, that's the bigger picture. Like, trailers are boring. Right. Let's just be honest. Trailers are, sorry, Sue. Hey, easy, Sue.
Those are fireworks.
You're not getting any lunch, Shaun. Get the hell out of here.
He's voted off the island.
Hey, where are those boys at? They got my credit card. Where's that? Cancel that pizza.
They went to Dave & Buster's. They're out of here.
Yeah, but relatively speaking, they're you know, so.
We say the same thing, though, with mowers. Make tall grass short. And you say that to some people, they're like, what did you just say? And it's like, oh boy, here we go.
They make nice lines.
Oh, there you go. You got the stripe game. That's his phone background, folks. Not the kids, not the grandkids.
I'll show you something.
Oh my gosh.
We go ahead and keep talking.
Well,
I'll find the
you know,
picture.
you show those stripes. I mean, those are, you know, our fans, followers, whatever, you know, and you're one of them. And the landscape guys, I mean, they're posting pictures of their green, the stripes or the mulch or whatever that they're doing and utilizing our products to allow them to do. And that's the kind of stuff that we show.
That's beautiful.
The boys did that up north one weekend.
Did a bullseye.
The neighbor's like, what are they doing? I said, well, they're making a bullseye. They're going to parachute in next week. They won't have a place to land.
Should have videoed it. Put it on YouTube. We'll call it oddly satisfying. You know, that kind of stuff.
So yeah, you gotta have the nice lines.
Well,
that's right.
But to go back full circle to the trailer, it might not be the most glamorous thing, right? Like for example, it's not top of mind, right? The landscape job, the mow job, finishing your route. I mean, that's what me and my guys. That's what we're thinking all the time. Got to get done. Got to get done. Got to get them all in. Got to get them all in. But it's just like electricity. Like you don't think about it until it goes out.
Yep.
And then it's like your world goes to a screeching halt without your internet or your electricity. And it's the same thing with your trailer. You're like, I got to get to a job site, or the skid steer. I got to get the skid. Got to transport, or dump trailer, right? And then, you know, your trailer goes out and you go, holy cow, like who cares about the skid steer? I can rent a skid steer almost anywhere. A trailer, a quality trailer, not the little U-Haul thing, you know, we all been there, but like, God bless them. But your trailer goes out, I think that's more of a, what would you call it, a bottleneck than sometimes the equipment. Everybody's got a backup mower. Everybody's got a backup skid steer or tractor. But to have an extra trailer laying around, I don't know. And it goes full circle to that boat story. Guys will spend $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 on boats or their really nice bass boat, but then they'll cheap out on that trailer for $1,500 or $2,000. And I'm like, dude, like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're about to have, you know, you announced the second kid. You're not buying the cheapest car seats you can find a kid in, are you?
No.
So I mean,
that's
it's
a good
like
point.
you spend this money, you got these prized possessions, and you're like, you're gonna skimp on the thing protecting that thing to get. So
good point.
It's interesting, but you know, for us, and we were talking about the stripes. You know, we have digital displays in all of our break rooms at all of our facilities, and we usually have the Instagram feed running through there, so those guys can see. And I'll have people call me like, hey, you know, the screen's just showing like grass. Why are we doing that? And I said, listen, guys, that's what our users, that's what they're doing.
That's what they do.
They take pride in that, and that's why we're building the stuff that we build.
That's cool. That's a good point.
So to us, we just see green grass and it looks good.
Finished
or
product.
the landscape, and that's finished. But that's what we're doing, people.
Right.
We're building products for that. So the big picture, and that's what we're trying to present. So the guys, I mean, I love looking at the work that you and the industry do is the landscaping and just transformations. I mean, that's what it is, right? And it's a beautiful thing. And I love going through our feed and just looking at, you know, what are our followers and our users achieving because they're using our products. And that's the coolest story.
Well, I that's probably where we can button up, because that's a really I love the podcast that you guys have ran. It's like one of the other companies out of Indiana, I should say, Earthway. They're out of America's heartland, in Bristol, Indiana. And I just think like all the Americana type things and brands I know, they're out of Indiana. Like I got a bunch of great buddies. They're wholesome, good quality people. You guys are out of Indiana. Earthway's out of Indiana. Shout out to all my Indiana people today. You know, but one thing I'll say here too, and this isn't just an obligatory like honorable mention, but I do really appreciate your guys' partnership, Sue and Tim. You guys are, for real, like you guys have helped me grow my business. Thanks for grabbing me. Maybe when I was a little squirrely 19-year-old. Now I'm just a squirrely 36-year-old guy. Not much has changed, but I will say, like, thanks for taking the time. That's a whole nother story, but thanks for taking the time to invest in a young kid. I haven't bought the most amount of trailers. I bought 2 or 3 now, but it'll be 4, 5, and 6 in one day, maybe 10. But seriously, thank you for taking 5 minutes out of that busy trade show. And you got the big guys and the Brylars and all the people you guys sell to. I see your trailers everywhere. And they're ordering 10 at a time. But thanks for just grabbing that little kid and saying, hey, like, young man, like, you're going all in? I'm going all in. Hey, here's what you need. There's a lot of merit to that. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
It's crazy 15, 16 years later, like, how different everybody's life is. It's wild. And then number 2, again, big shout out, not obligatory here, but thank you to Sure-Trac and also Kelley & Sons for sponsoring Launchpreneur Academy Live. You guys have been there since day one. I think this is our 4th year in a row. And it's crazy. And you guys are making a huge impact regionally, locally to the people that come to that show. What's your guys' thoughts really quick on that? Because we got 2 weeks and it's going to be here again. There's another 3 and a quarter people coming to pack that thing out, Sue. You nervous? You excited?
Oh, you know what? It's an exciting time. And the crowd is so excited.
Yeah.
You pump them up.
Big
you
time.
have all this information for them.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys look forward to it. And it's a great event, a great educational event for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you can see it's working.
Yeah.
This is the 4th year, so it's a good thing to do.
Shaun, thank you so much as well from the Sure-Trac side.
No, it's an honor, man. I'm bummed I got to miss it. My 12-year-old plays the trumpet for the jazz band at his school, and they got a big holiday performance that they're filming for some holiday show that they're
Family
doing.
first.
And but no, like Sue said, I think that, and I'm not as involved in industries, but you know, your influence and the way that the green industry or landscape industry, you guys have a brotherhood, and I never really noticed that until we came up to your first LAL, 4 years ago, I think it was. And just how far people come to just grab that information and to learn and dive in and understand either, hey, how do I manage a business? I mean, I'm sure there's some people that are just kind of getting started, but then you got experienced guys saying, hey, what are just little subtle hints that I can take away and improve the business? But to have someone like you and you usually have a strong panel of
you get emotional
speakers.
over here.
Yeah, man.
I'm just kidding.
So proud of you, bro.
Yo, thanks, man. Solidarity, brother.
But just to see that panel that our people are willing to pour into people who in most business look at these guys as competition.
Right.
You know, and you guys kind of come together as a community to serve the clientele. I think that's cool. And how far people come to see you. I mean, I guess that's the weird thing.
I will tell you 2 things. One, they come to see the speakers because I'm just another dude. But the people we have coming on, $1 million businesses, $10, $50 million businesses, like the speaker panel's where it's at. And then number 2, I think they just come to see Liz because she's awesome. Like I'm just like kind of hosting and running around all squirrely, right? That's what I do. Yeah. But no, I will say this though, like legit, if you guys have ever ran an event of any way, shape, or form, from church to a private event to whatever, right? To a 5K. You're just trying to organize something fun and simple to a turkey trot, a turkey run, like a 5K. Dude, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of financial commitment. And so I always tell people, imagine, a lot of people listen to the show, you've been married. Imagine, putting your 100-person, 200-person wedding together. Well, like every year now, we have a 350-person wedding event that's going on. It takes a lot of time, a lot of money. And I always say, like, thank you so much to the sponsors. This year we got Xmark, Yardbook, Sure-Trac, Kelley & Sons, and Ballard Inc. This is why your ticket's only $249 and not $997. Because you guys write big checks to help cover the cost of the brunt of the event, if you will, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Like, I don't know if Brian's Law Maintenance when I was 19, Sue, right at the MGIA show, I don't think I had $1,000 laying around to go to a conference like this to get the info, to get around the heat. But could I afford a $197 ticket, $249 ticket? Yeah, I could stomach that. So for real, I know it's not lip service when I say this kind of stuff. Like, thank you to those kind of sponsors and anybody past, present, future, right, that gets involved in the event. That's what makes it accessible to those young guys, whether they've been in business for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. It really means a lot. And you guys have seen the changed people that are coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, not even I don't think you need a plug for this, but I would say from my experience, and I didn't get to last year, I was on vacation.
You were hunting, we get it.
No, I'm not a hunter. I'm not a hunter. Actually, last year I was just returning from Hawaii. Tony's the hunter.
I think Tony was the hunter.
You will not get him on a weekend in November.
No.
Yeah, not even his own kid's birthday party would get him from the woods.
Oh, that's funny.
But for those people coming, if it's their first time coming, and I'm going to give a plug to you, 'cause I think this is cool, but what, if you're coming as a single or even a group, if you're spending $500 or $1,000 for your team to come up and take this experience and learn from it, it's a small investment into the rest of your business. So
I love it.
If you guys haven't been there, come out, check it out.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I'm confident. I won't be there this year, but I'm confident it's going to be one heck of a show.
It's going to be good. Sue, are you speaking this year? Are you going to shove it onto the kids, or what do you do?
No, I think I'll be doing the speaking.
Okay.
But again, we have these boys who are going to be taking over one day, so I don't know.
It might be a good time.
It might be one of them.
Was it Stevie last time that talked?
Yeah.
Steve did.
Yeah, because Steve did a really good job. He honored you guys really well from stage, and that was there was a couple people that had like a watery eye. Like he did this whole set, like I'm like, you get 10 minutes. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, I only need 5. I'm like, all right, cool. And he just basically was like, I love my parents. They're awesome people. You all should buy trailers. And like he just like drops the mic. Yeah, for real. There's a mic drop, and he walked off stage. I was like, Sure-Trac trailers, everybody. Like it was. But that's all. And then Sue's like, tell him about the features and benefits. And I was like, so there was a couple slides after that, but it was really funny. So I didn't know if Steve's coming back up to do it or if whoever we'll find out that day. Yeah. But it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, but one thing before we sign off.
Yeah.
Sure, we're getting ready to wrap it up. You said about getting your trailer from Sue that first time. We're getting a 10 order from a bigger company or whatever.
Yep.
The thing that keeps us here is we get just as excited about that 5x8, 6x10 trailers we do for a 10 or 15 trailer order.
Right.
It's the same to us. We made another sale. We're making someone get themselves better.
Yep.
And they're going to be using the stuff that we sell.
That's what it's all about, man.
And that's why we're still here.
I love it. Small business.
You guys are family, small. I mean, you started as a small business, and I get you guys appreciate the relationship, right? That selling a trailer is cool. That's but meeting people and being engaged in the community, man, that's who you guys are, and I think that's that's the difference. You're not going to get going to Tractor Supply and buying the cheaper trailer. I mean. Anybody, I mean, you go to to buy your lawnmowers. Right. You're going to a shop that sells lawnmowers.
Your dealer, big box store.
Big box store. You're not going to go to Lowe's to buy your commercial because it might be, I mean, they're not built the same. They have different engine, whatever.
Exactly.
But those guys selling it, they don't know what they're selling.
No.
So you go to the trailer store and talk to people that know what they're selling. You're going to spend a couple $100, maybe $1,000 more, but you're getting what you need, and you're actually getting a real product.
Amen. So. And when I got an issue or if I need service, you guys text me. I text you all the time. You're like, stop texting me, Brian. No. But all the way around. I'm like, Sue's texting me, hey, you ready for service? I'm like, thank you for the reminder. Yeah, it's that time of year. And we get our stuff on down here. You've met Foreman Rob a bunch of times.
Yep, sure
He brought this stuff down, and you guys have been great. So this is our, I thought we'd be like 20 minutes in and out, to be honest with you.
How long has it been?
55 minutes, brother.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy talking about trailers. Maybe we'll just leave the mixer here and Sue can do a solo show talking about features and benefits, because she's smart as a whip. So we'll have to do this again. This has been great. But really quick, let's sign off. Where can people find y'all? That's what we try to do. So social media, Facebook, all that mess, and they can give you guys a follow. Sue, where can people find Kelley & Sons?
Well, our website, kelleytrailers.com.
Kelley.
You got it.
I got you.
And then also we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You use the regular old phone.
Yeah.
You can find us by phone calls.
They still do phones, like calls?
We still do phones.
I know.
Son of a gun. Yep. And we're open Monday through Friday,
cool.
9 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 1.
Yep.
And
Carleton, Michigan, which is about, 20 minutes north of the border?
We'd like to say we're a half hour north of Toledo, a half hour south of Detroit.
That's right. So. And if you guys are anywhere from, 5 hours west to Indiana, I've had guys from Pennsylvania swing on over. Anywhere like 8 hours, draw a circle around, kind of like southeast Michigan. You guys can get a trailer from these guys.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're worth the drive. That's all there is to it.
Amen to that. And of course, you guys will be at LAL 2022, which is cool. Tim, you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thanks for doing this.
No, thanks for coming on, brother.
Long time waiting, that's for sure.
Next time you head up north snowmobiling, brother, holler at your boy. Okay. I'm not too prideful for a 2-up, you know. I'll come.
I give Brian on the back of it. Come on, let's go.
I'll grab the OS handle. I don't care, man. I got to get my hours in on those machines and learn, you know. And I know nothing about snowmobile, so I do need to come bug you guys. So, Shaun, what do you got, brother? We'll wrap this thing up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been fun. Anytime to hang out with you and Sue and Tim is always a privilege.
Cool.
Sure-Trac.com. Check us out there. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook.
Give them a follow.
That's right.
All right, brother.
Falls.
Cool. I appreciate you guys listening to the show. A little indirect pitch, not pitch / pitch for Sure-Trac, I guess, and Kelley and Sons. But you guys know that these guys are just wholesome people. It's been a long time in the making to get you guys on the show. So thank you guys for taking time out of your busy day. Shaun, you came all the way over from Indiana. I said, we're not that big of a deal, dude. He's like, I wouldn't miss it for anything. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess we're kind of big time now, you know. But for real, thank you guys so much for listening to the show. You guys know we got new episodes that drop every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So make sure you guys hit that follow button. Come on back. And we can't wait to hang out with you guys here on the next episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. You guys have a great rest of the day, and we will catch up with you guys here on the next one.
Entrepreneur Academy Live is back and better than ever. LAL 22 Live. Saturday, November 12th in Novae, Michigan. Join 400 fellow entrepreneurs and learn from some of the best in the industry at this powerful conference that will help you grow your business. Speakers include James Mansky, Mike Andes, Paver Pete, Troy Clogg, Nick Carlson, and Mark Bradley of LMN, just to name a few.
The energy is going to be insane. The electricity is going to be off the hook. And for any of you guys that have been before, you know how awesome the event is.
Your ticket covers access to the conference, lunch on Saturday, and free admission to the Friday night go-kart races. It's going to be so much fun. We'll see you in Novae, Michigan, Saturday, November 12th. LAL 22 Live. Sponsored by Exmark, Ballard Products, Sure-Trac, Kelley and Sons Trailers, and Yard Book. Grab your ticket now at LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
Marty here with one more reminder before we wrap everything up, and that is about the Black Friday sales that are coming to LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com. Yes, our biggest, baddest, best sales of the year over that weekend of Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Make a little note on your phone, set a reminder to check out LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com for big savings.